Okay, for Fundamentals of Design, the Week 2 A2 assignment, I'm going to show you how to do it using Photoshop. And so this template is in doc sharing for you to use. You could create your own frames and do this, but just to make it easier for this demonstration, I'm going to start with the template. So we need to create a form group using circles of the same size, and they need to be just black and white. And so I'm going to come over here and to the shape tool, make sure I have the ellipse tool, and I'm going to create some circles. And so I have a black circle, and I'm going to come up here and change this to this. Okay, and maybe I'll create another circle just like that over here. Now I want to create a third circle. They all need to be the same size. And I'll create another circle, but I have it down here. Okay, I'm going to fill in some of this. Now, if you look at your layers palette, and you can go to Window and make sure that Layers is checked, and then it's going to show you your layers palette. There's lots of different layers to this, and just to make it easier, I'm going to flatten it. And so I'm going to go to Layer, and all the way down to the bottom, which you may not be able to see on the screen, it says Flatten Image. And so now it's just one layer. And that's going to make it just a little easier to work with. And so then I'm going to get my paint bucket tool, and I'm going to fill in here just to see if I can make this look a little more interesting. And I think I'll go back in history, and what happens if I fill that in? Okay, so I'm going to go with this for my form group, and I need to select it. And so I'm going to come in here and try to get as close as I can without cutting any of it off. Okay, so then I'm going to go edit and copy it. Alright, and then I want to put it over here. And so I'm going to hold the Alt key down and use the Move tool. The Alt key, it will make a copy of it before it moves it. And so I can now move it over here. Let's move this out of the way. And I'm going to create a simple design here first. And then I'm going to just move another one down here. And I'm going to put another one over here. But this time I'm going to rotate it. So I'm going to click here to show the transform controls and rotate it. And I could rotate it all the way around. Maybe I'll just put it like that, and I can move it around a little bit. Okay, then I hit enter and turn off transform controls, and then I'm going to select deselect. And so now I have a simple design. It's not crystallographic or symmetrical because there's not a repeating all over pattern, and it's the one side is not a reflection of the other side. So we'll just leave it like that. Okay, over here maybe I'll try to do something a little more creative. I'm going to select this again, so I'm going to come back up here so it's selected, and then hold my Alt key down and move it over here. Move this out of the way. I'm going to try to make a radial symmetrical design, and so it's got to rotate around a central point, which this is really too small. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold the shift key down so that it decreases the size proportionally. I'm going to dilate that, hit enter, and I'm going to rotate it. I'm going to try to move this up here and create several of them and rotate them around a central point. Okay, I'm going to hold my Alt key down again, come up here, see if it will let me move this. Oop, I better get the move tool, apply the transformation. Okay, now I can rotate this. I don't want it to overlap on that one, so I have to go about like that. enter, hold my Alt key down, over here, rotate it. Enter, hold the Alt key down again, rotate it around a central point, enter, Alt key, come down here and rotate. Okay, so I'm going to enter, and then I'm going to get rid of those transform controls and select, deselect, so I can take a look at it. So I have a very simple radial symmetrical design because it's rotated around a central point. And now when you go to save this, make sure you first save it in Photoshop format so that you can then go back and make changes. Might be a little easier, but since this is all flat, you're not really trying to save any layers. So then you just need to go to File, Save for the Web and Devices, and come over here, JPEG High, it's the right size, and then just click on Save and rename it and save it wherever you like. So I'm just going to click here and go to my desktop and save it. And there you have it.